Happy fall, everybody. It's fall, early October, and like I've mentioned on the podcast, I've been looking at or kind of waiting on Menards to drop prices on their fruit trees. And 2 weeks ago I was there and they were 25% off. Last week I was there and they were 50% off. And I was just there earlier this morning and now they are 75% off. So I can't pass that up. And they haven't really sold any from last week either. So there's a lot of good varieties and decent looking trees also. So I'm about as happy as a clam because we're gonna get some cheap fruit trees. They're gonna be like $5-7 and they're huge. I've got my wife's van, the seats down and all the crap out of the back, and I fit some 10-inch wood planks in here before. 10 foot or 12 foot. Maybe they were 12, but they barely fit. And some of these trees are huge. Well, they're tall, they're not huge. There's a couple of them that are small that I've got my eye on. And so I'm going to see if we can do it. This is a newer model Honda Odyssey. So we'll see if it can hold everything. Now, I'm not sponsored by Honda or anything, but I've driven the 2017 Honda Odyssey, and I'm sure the 2018 one is just as good. Anyway, yeah, I'll show you what I got once I get there and get it in the car. And once again, my GoPro is dying for some reason, so I'll have to get back home and get another battery for it. I forgot to mention, it's, like I said, early October, and it is currently 75 degrees and finally a little bit rainy. We haven't had any rain for quite a while, so this will be good. It's going to be pretty warm for the trees, and then the ground will be pretty wet. So one, it'll be easier for me to dig holes for them, and two, may not have to water as much because it's supposed to rain even more. Because I've been having to water like every day. It's crazy. So this is like really good timing. I don't know what's going on with this fall. I don't remember it ever, not ever, but usually not being this warm. So, or mild, I should say. So, because I don't even have a coat on. I've got short sleeves, and my helper number one, aka Hoppy, was running around in shorts all day today. So. So I brought something to keep all the dirt out of the car, but I neglected to realize that you need to drain the pots in case there's excess water in there from some overzealous employee. So hopefully there isn't going to be too much water in the back. In case I didn't mention, which I can't remember if I did, these are apple trees. I wasn't sure of the varieties that I was going to get, but what they had left as far as fruit was apples. And they still had a bunch left too, but I got the best looking ones that I could, and they weren't as tall as I was expecting. The tallest ones I ended up not getting because they didn't look, their branch structure I didn't think was going to do the best over, you know, next, I don't know, you know, couple years as far as filling out and then having to support all the fruit. Are you as excited as I am? I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's a van full of fruit trees. What are you doing, helper number one? So yeah, definitely drain the water out of the pots as much as you can. Fortunately, I don't think my wife is going to watch this video up to this point, so maybe I'll be in the clear. Nothing a few shop rags won't take care of. Hopefully. Hey, stop that. So, oh well. Live and learn. Hey, get that. Don't put that there.
Stop.
Oh, let me I'll, what? Okay, I'll show you the trees once I get them out back. Okay, so as you can see, it's no longer the same day because I'm wearing different clothes and it's actually sunny out. And the reason for that is as soon as I finished cleaning out the car and dragging all the trees into the backyard, it started to pour. So I was like, forget this. So today I'll show you what I got and I'll just put all the videos together. But in the meantime, there's some kale from the garden bed. That's doing really good. I'm excited about that. Anyway, I'll show you all this stuff. This is the Granny Smith. So it was 20 bucks and I got it for 5. It's in decent shape. Leaves, some of the leaves look a little sad, but what do you expect for the end of the season? This big guy is the State Fair. So spring bloom, summer fruit. That's pretty early. So this was one of the better looking trees that they had out of all of them. And this is, I said it was a stamen, and I actually got a Brayburn, called a Brayburn, apparently. So this is late October. Some of the things I read about last night was mid-November. So this one looked pretty good too. The branch structure wasn't bad. And then here are the columnar, whatever they are. I'm not sure how to do this. So you can see that they're more straight up than the other ones. So this one's a tangy green. This one is the Blushing Delight. So you can see on by the picture, they kind of just grow on the trunk almost. And this one's pretty established already. Actually, both of them kind of are. So they're what? I don't know, about 5-6 feet tall, and I read these only get about 8 max. So now I gotta dig up some holes and get the roots all untangled, so I'm sure that's a mess. And I'll show you once I get a couple of these in the ground. Here they are. Here's the two columnar, whatever they're called. The Blushing Delight and the Tangy Green. They're all ready. They're in the ground. 2 out of 5. I think these took me like an hour each because the roots were all completely tangled in the pots. So the other ones are bigger, so I'm afraid it might be even worse for those. We'll end up seeing, but here's my progress. Okay, I'm back, and it's the next day after the next day of when I got the trees, and it's raining again. I got the three of them in. I got the two that you saw, and then I got another one in, and it's been raining. So good for those trees, but I can't really get out there and get any more footage because I don't want to get soaked that much. So I'm just going to cut the video here. You've seen everything up to this point, and it's just, you know, two more of the smaller trees that would go in the ground. But overall, I'm really happy. Next I've got to get some food for them, basically, and it'll make more sense once I do it. Because we're supposed to have good weather again, which is crazy because we're into October and we're still getting, you know, 70s and somewhat, I think 80s a couple times, they're saying. So that's the plan, and everything's going well so far, and we'll call it here and check back for more updates regarding the trees.